Hey everybody, it's me, the Man of Manners, and going over a little more of World of Tanks. If no one noticed, about a month ago they went through a major upgrade in the game, which is fantastic. Big thing that I want to show everyone is if you go over to Profile, you'll see I have, if you look in the upper uh, right hand corner, I have 6 days of premium. I did not plan on that. I did not pay for it. They just gave it to me. But you'll also see I have quite a bit of gold, which I use to buy the season pass. Now you'll see you get a lot of gold for free. If you look here at key cards, I don't have any right now, but you can buy some. And with these key cards, you get some cool stuff. One thing I got, I'm gonna go through my tanks. I'm in the American tanks right now. But with the key card, I got this fabulous Panther 88. Panther 88 was we could call it a prototype tank. The Germans at the end of the war were running out of tanks, but they had plenty of 88 guns. It was all multi-purpose barrel, so they had a lot of them laying around. So they wanted to throw a couple of these 88s on the Panther. Unfortunately, they weren't able to retrofit enough turrets in time for it to have an impact on the war, and I don't believe any of them saw a battle. Towards the end of the war, final year and a half, the German army had problems with materials and other things, but that's besides the point. So with the gold you could buy a season pass without using any actual money, which is what I did earlier today, and I got all these goodies, for lack of a better word. But if you go down, you see there's a lot of goodies with the season pass, and they give away a lot of gold. There's 100 there, and there's 100 there. So it piles up, and there's a key card. With the key card, you could get, a lot of times you get gold, and you get other things as well. But gold is a big feature of it. You also get free XP. But as you can see with the season pass, you get quite a bit of gold. So you can literally pay for one season pass and then never have to pay again. Call of Duty has a similar thing where if you get the season pass, you get a lot of gold, where you could just you buy it once, you never have to buy it again. Although this Bear Commander, I don't get that one bit. But if you get the season pass, and when you get up to level 75, you get a free tank. And you actually, once you complete it, you get 2 more free tanks. Now this one, as you can tell, anything free means if you don't have a season pass, you get that for free. Much like with Call of Duty, they have a similar season pass system where you get some free items. The other ones are with the pages season pass. So you get 2 tanks here. You get this one, which looks to be a Polish tank. And you get this one, which is an American tank, which was kind of ugly. I'll probably never use it, but this tank looks pretty good. It almost looks like a Cromwell with sloped armor. But the reason I wanted the season pass was for the T-59. For those that, oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. That's me. I apologize for that. But with the T-59, as you can tell, it was used from 1982 to 1985. For those of you who are young enough, or old enough, I should say, that remember the Tiananmen Square massacre, it was the Chinese army actually sent in T-59s to quell it, and there's that famous shot of the Chinese citizen standing in front of the tank holding a line of tanks. That was a T-59. Pretty powerful tank. The Russians also made T-59, so the T-59 was a very common tank, so it's not that uncommon to see a Chinese duplicate of a Russian tank, even though the Chinese and the Russians don't necessarily get along. Even in the 80s, they were both communists. They didn't get along. So this is a fabulous thing. It's a great way to level up tanks as well, because with the season pass you get a lot of premium, and you get a lot of the free stuff, so you get to level up tanks relatively fast. In fact, with the last season pass, which I didn't buy, to give you an example, let me scroll down here. I had almost all my tank slots filled, but I was able to level up 15 tanks, so I have 15 slots in my garage. So with that, I'm able to run lean. So I have my mercenary tanks, which you can't do any contracts at this time, but I have a good selection of premium and leveled up to non-premium tanks. And a great thing is, I'll use this one as my example. This is the Objective 257. They also changed the layout. This is very similar to what you would have seen in World of Warships, but you get to upgrade. And with the upgrades, you get various upgrades. Like right now, I'm working on a barrel upgrade. And with this barrel, you could buy it with gold, but I'm not going to. And then you get to your tanks. You get the Objective 277 or the IS-7 or Joseph Stalin 7 tank, which pretty much Objective 257 was a prototype for. You get to your appearance. As you can see, I have Camouflage. It's for 7 days. I never get the urban camouflage. Doesn't really do a lot of good, and it's a waste of silver. You can do your customization, your emblems, inscriptions, if you want to put a flag. But these are some key changes. It makes the leveling up a lot faster. Then you have your premium tanks where you go through the same thing. I got the King Tiger. That was the giveaway for last season. As you can see, I put the Barbecue King inscription on it. I love grilling. I love barbecue. Who doesn't? You're un-American if you don't, in my book. If you live outside the United States, it's a little bit of Americana. You could grill and say you're an American for that moment. So you go in here. You have your equipment, which I bought. Similar to before the upgrade, the costs of a lot of the equipment have gone up. You have 4 equipment slots. This one, if you notice, if you've seen my other video, I'm going to be doing some more videos, you'll see a orange outline of the opposing tank. I'm trying to find a way where I could change that, because the orange sometimes in some of the maps there's sun glare and it blends in and they can't see the tanks. You have your consumables, and you have 3 slots for these. And another big upgrade is they have these passive boosts. So with the active boost, you get 15% crew performance, so if you use it. But as a passive boost, you get 10% commander XP and 10% crew performance. So you don't necessarily have to use it. You could just have it there and get a boost. You get that. You get repair time reductions for the premium 15%, non-premium 10%, 25% less chance of getting damaged if you go with the premium first aid kit, 20% with the regular. You get your boosts, you get max speed. This used to be only for Russian tanks, but it's available for all tanks now. You got your fire extinguishers, which reduce. Now with the premiums, you'll notice as the infinity symbol. You could use them numerous times within the match, which is fantastic. If you survive the match, that's fantastic. The non-premium, you only get to use once and then it has to be replaced. But if you have the season pass, and in most instances you don't have to pay for it, you get a lot of these going along the way as well, and that's fantastic. Of course, you have your different types of ammo. You have your modules, which you could change. You got your turret module. You got your gun module. And with this premium, because it already came pre-camouflage. You can't select camouflage, but I put on the emblems my 6-year emblem, which I got last year. I'm waiting for my 7-year emblem. The barbecue, you gotta grill, especially when you got the inscription up front, Barbecue King. And on the back I got nothing. I didn't want to put anything on the turret. So you got that. So I'll use this one to show some of the upgradables you have. You have multiple guns with some of them. So you go in the upgrades, you'll see the last 3 upgrades were guns before you get to the tank. And I'm sorry, I skipped right out of that. And if you notice, before the upgrade, you could go to elite status. You don't have to. What I do is once I get the tank, because that's all I care about, I get out of it. I don't even bother with the elite. I don't want this tank anymore. Why am I going to hold on to it? I want this tank, the AMX M4. I want that. I could care less about elite status. I'm probably not going to buy this tank again. So it's a great option where you don't have to do it. It's fantastic. I think I've been saying fantastic too much. This was another free tank I got. And another thing with the season pass, well actually you don't need a season pass for this, but you get operations or ops. As you can see, I finished a lot of them. You got the team play enabler, assist with 250 damage, daily rewards. As you can see, I'm quite ahead of the battle in here. So I have 42 days to hit my daily rewards. The daily rewards are right here. All you have to do is score 250 XP points in a battle. You get a reward for that, which is either 5 repair kits, med kits, fire suppressors, 5,000 silver, 2 enhanced rations, or a day of premium. So if you complete that, you get your daily reward. Now I got camouflage, some key cards earlier, but the big thing is you got 3 tanks here. You got the American, the tier 8, T42 light tank. T in American means it's a prototype. M means, as you see there, day 70. You get a tier 10 M60 medium tank, which means it was a commission tank, mass produced. And you also have a tier 8 IS or Joseph Stalin 6 heavy tank. So those are my goals. Like I said earlier, they're giving away a lot of tanks for nothing. And then if you go now, you'll see these top 3 here. These are free to play if you don't have the season pass. As you can see, I'm almost done completing 2 of them, and I completed 1. I got the season pass, so I get these ones as well, which helps you finish up the season pass early and get those free tanks. Week 2 you can't see yet, but pretty much you have 6 weeks. Now the last season pass I completed in 3 weeks without the advantage of the premium season pass. It does give you a perk. Now, as you can see, I've yet to damage two enemies 25 times. That's hard to do, so I'm not hopeful with that. I got enough heavy tanks where I could block a significant amount of damage. That adds up fast. Spotting damage. Oh, my panther died. Spotting damage is easy, especially if you have a lot of light tanks. Place in the top 5. Easy enough to do. Then you have your dailies. Damage 15 enemies. Place in the top 10. Easy enough to do. Assist in 1700 spotting damage. And then you get 3 for that. So you'll see to the top, season points 3-5. You have to complete 3 to complete the level. So as you can see, 3, 3, 3, that's 9. So that's almost 2 levels. Then you get your recurring one, get 3000 XP. It's virtually impossible not to finish the season pass within a couple of weeks, especially if you go with the premium. Okay, everyone, back to the upgrade menu. So you can buy equipment. Now this is a premium tank, the Panther 88. I customized it, added camouflage netting. This reduces reloading by 10%. You get that. Every tank comes with that. It gives you, let's see here, enhanced target info. So you get an outline of the target and show penetration chance. This improves, this is your viewer. You used to have 2 options for viewers before. Now you got 1. As you can see, everything is pretty expensive. But if you're buying it for a premium tank, it's well worth it. So I added the camouflage. Had some camouflage patterns, so I went with the summer. Let's see what we got for the winter. Actually, this is the desert. And a lot of times what I'll do is with the premium tanks, I'll make the camouflage permanent. So I could buy that. It's 200 gold. But I'm going to test it out first. So I'll go 7 days. See how that does. And then in the winter, see what we got for winter camouflage. The Germans were not creative with their winter camouflage. That way. It's usually just painting over the summer camouflage with chalk or lime. And lime would wash off. So if it rained, they were back to the base camouflage or base paint. I generally in the wintertime I go all white. We'll go 20 days. We'll see how that does. Now let's give this bad boy a run for its money.